So the Disney Channel actually started in the 1980s. And then similarly to Nickelodeon, it really picked up steam and it had the Mickey Mouse Club, right? In the 90s, which
Starfest
is a literal Starfest. It
Yeah,
came up
nobody cares.
Justin Timberlake.
We know you said snore, but we heard star.
Yeah, we heard star.
JC Chazé.
Yep.
Justin Timberlake.
Britney Spears.
Christina Aguilera.
Ryan Gosling.
The Carrie
Russell. 100%.
Wow.
Do you know Felicity? I don't think you do.
And we actually have an episode that was Christina Aguilera versus Britney. So if you want to watch that, go ahead and do that. That's a previous episode that you go and love. Okay, let's talk about early years of Disney. They had Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. We had Chip and Dale. We had
baby stuff.
Okay, we let you speak.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
So I would appreciate if you let us speak. Thank you.
It's getting really heated.
Yeah.
We had Goof Troop. We had Darkwing Duck.
Yep.
The Proud Family. Kim
God.
Possible.
I loved the Proud Family.
These are hits. These are classics.
Kim Possible. And then also, not only did they have these like iconic shows, right, that were very diverse,
Yes.
right? Both animated, real time, but then they also started to come out with these iconic movies, which I feel like Disney really created like the kid version cinephile, right? Like you have Luck of the Irish,
The 13th Year.
Cadet Kelly,
Xenon.
the Lizzie McGuire movies.
They're
Smart
trying to
House.
have like energy with this, but
There's
Yeah,
it's not hitting.
I just think that is so crazy how we let y'all talk and have y'all moment, but when it's
Yeah.
our time to hold our moment.
Nickelodeon is in your face, baby.
No, I think we can just be normal. But I do think Disney also came out with so many more stars than Nickelodeon. Like
I
it's
agree.
not even kidding.
I mean,
right?
Hilary Duff, Christy Carlson Romano.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus.
Shia LaBeouf even.
Oh my God,
Shia
Shia
LaBeouf.
LaBeouf. Holes with Shia LaBeouf. So Disney, I think, created many more stars. Also, very more musically inclined than Nickelodeon, right?
Here's the thing, Monica. I think that what made Disney Channel really special was the fact that like we already knew that Disney was good at like storytelling, right?
Yeah.
For families. But once they created their sector, their channel, their network specifically for the kids, I think that we were really able to sort of have our own place that was kind of separate from our families, where we could have our stories told, right? And I think that that's really important.
And also, what a great time for all of us to be growing up in the 90s to have both of these channels that are just like literally churning out all these different types of shows that were for kids. Like, I feel bad for our parents. That's why they're so weird.
Yeah, they didn't have anything.
No.
They didn't have like
That's
they
actually
just had
a
the
good
moon-
point.
they had the moon landing, as
they were
Alyssa
watching
said.
the moon
But you guys,
landing.
kids were not like
They were in the
they were not to
woods.
be heard. They were like to be seen.
But
You
they
know,
were in the,
children
wo-
was
they
like
were in the
seen.
woods playing with sticks, and
Yeah.
they were trying to get their hands on Playboy.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
was. I was.
they were. I don't know what was going on. The 80s, boobs look different.
They
in
do.
the 80s.
And
But then in the
Yeah.
90s?
Yeah.
Not big talk.
Anyways, I don't know. It's not about that, but that's great. I love what you guys were all just saying.
Selena Gomez. I'll keep
yeah.
going.
You know what?
Jonas Brothers, hello.
Jonas
You know what
Brothers.
they
Also,
do?
Lizzie McGuire and
Yes.
That's So Raven were two iconic Disney shows. So
Staples.
we actually have an episode about that, which is Lizzie McGuire versus That's So Raven. So if you want to go listen to that, check that out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I have to give some credit to the Disney Channel.
Thank
but
you
I
so
think
much.
I have to tell you
Yeah,
guys
they deserve
something.
it.
I had this like weird situation growing up where my dad was cheap. I know I've talked about this. Cheap dad. And for some reason, like I don't know how this worked necessarily, but like we sometimes had cable and sometimes didn't. And then there was also a situation where it was like, all right, you can have like you get to choose one channel. I don't know how this like happened, but I was always and I had to kind of choose. It was like, well, Alyssa, do you want Disney Channel or Nickelodeon?
Or do you want to eat tonight?
And or do you want to eat? You can watch Nickelodeon or do you want
Or
dinner?
do you want dinner?
And I chose Nickelodeon. I said,
We're not laughing
I
at.
said no, yeah. I wanted Nickelodeon. Like for some reason, like I was able to sort of, and I remember it was a hard decision. I remember, but I remember I was like, it's got to be Nick.
But but that's a good point. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Disney, yes, I'll give it to you guys. Incredible movies. Xenon is like very important to me.
Yeah.
DComs
very important.
created a
But
generation.
you know what? Where they took kids and like they were like talented kids and put them in these shows. In Nickelodeon, the early shows, it was like a normal kid.